So we humans, we tend to overdo ourselves with a lot of things nowadays. And we tend to try to force things. And forcing comes from impatience. You do not fully accept what is relative and might only be necessary for in the moment. How efficient actually something could be. To improve in not forcing. One has to declutter all the luggage that is the reason behind the impatience and the forcing. Just as we cannot force our own healing, we cannot force our own bodies to stretch more, for example, than it is capable of in a moment. We cannot force meditation, as meditation is a consequence of how you are internally set. Patience is the knowing of that there is something within us where time doesn't exist. To reach this inner patience and non-forcing, one can declutter from all the weight and load of what leads to impatientness, to what leads to these impulsive behaviors. The truth will become more plain in sight, as that is spiritual practice. And as you grow in your self-awareness and consciousness, you will improve the decipherment of what is true to you and what is not. As there is only one truth, that we are all on our own journeys. We all have this conditioned part within ourselves, which is separate from our truth. And this clutter and this weight that leads to misery. The only way to neutralize this, the only way to, let's say, get rid of it, is not getting rid of it. It is accepting and acknowledging that part within us by bringing our full attention to this part that arises and is desperately asking for confrontation from the truth within you. As you will pick and choose the truth over this part that does not serve you anymore. We are in a process of continuously choosing our higher self, our best version of ourselves, over the compulsive behavior, over this clutter that overrules us in the moment. We cannot force things. Forcing comes from the non-acceptance of how you are in a moment. How you are in a moment is all there is, and how you are in a moment, that on itself wants to show and teach you that you are capable of anything. It wants to be free. And it took a long while for me personally to admit to myself that I wanted to be free. I wanted my body to be free. I wanted everything that makes me as a person free from all the limitations that I held on to myself. I wanted to feel that I deserve to be loved. I wanted to feel that I can accept myself for what I am now in this moment. But that took a while. We cannot force things to work. We cannot force our own healings. We cannot force that our body stretches more than what we know that is internally capable of. There's a knowing within us. And the more we connect and get close to this knowing, the more we shed away what isn't true to us, the deeper and more profound this knowing unveils and presents itself in your life. Choosing that truth over the clutter that doesn't serve you anymore. It's something that just unveils as you will come closer to the nature of who you are, and you can choose that nature over what you will internally recognize that as not as your nature. It is as simple as that. To have patience with yourself is accepting that there are millions of possibilities that can unveil in a moment, millions of doors that can lead you to a deeper understanding of yourself and everything that is. Patience itself is a process. Non-resistance itself is a process. It is something that is happening. It is something that is unfolding. That you can be selective of this is not the nature of what I am. This is not patience. This is the impatient, compulsive aspect of my behavior that is arising in a moment. That does not serve me. You can hold on to something in a moment that is not impatientness, that is non-acceptance. As you can hold that space for yourself, you can hold that space for other people. You can be patient with other people, and you can allow them to find, I can actually be patient too. So spread your patience, spread your love, and the world will become a very beautiful place.